Yep.
So, good morning, everyone at home. Welcome to the live stream for the Legacy event, Legacy main event for Magic Masters Mol. We'll be your hosts today. Glenn, we already know, and my name is Seb. It's the first time I'm doing this, so cut me a little slack. I hope everything will work out fine. And we have to apologize for a little delay, I guess, because we had some technical difficulties with the registration and computer and things like that. So, but without further ado, we can go to the first round. So, hope you enjoy.
Yep. On the first round, we have two local players.
Yep.
They're both members of our Magic Club. On the left side, we see Robbert Valkeneers. On the right side, we see Timmy Verdonck. We will switch over to the match straight away. And there you have it.
So we've been working out things over here, so we didn't really see if they're already doing a mulligan. I believe Timmy just took seven cards, so it's probably just the first draw. And at the moment we don't have a stream monkey available, so we can't put the deck names in yet. So we'll have to wait and see what they're playing.
So maybe
figure it out for ourselves.
Maybe you can start out guessing. I believe when I say Timmy is playing 4-color Loam.
Yeah, and I saw Through the Breach in Robert's hand, so he's probably playing some kind of Through the Breach. Is that
Through the Breach with the sneak attacks and mono red?
I think sneak attack and don't think
the right card was Cavern of Souls or something in his hand.
Yeah.
We make it just.
So Timmy's keeping and doing the scry and keeps it on top. Ancient Ziggurat.
Oh, Robbert is playing. I know what he's playing.
Yeah, you do.
Yes, of course. He is playing 5-colored Slivers.
Yeah.
We saw this deck some weeks ago, I believe, in a Star City Games Top 8. Winning.
Yeah. I mistook the sliver that he just put down for Through the Breach. In the hand, it looked like Through the Breach. So.
And as you can see on the other side, we have the Mox Diamond.
Yep.
So Timmy is playing 4-color Loam. We know him very well. He's playing the deck for more than 3 years at this moment, I believe.
And we could say something mean now, but we're not going to.
No. Maybe we can. So we have a club of Magic players. At this moment we have 31 members, and on the right side you can see Timmy Verdonck. We call him the Red Lantern.
Which means that he usually doesn't end very high on the on the list. So he put down Chalice of the Void.
Of one. That could be very good against Slivers, but I believe Robbert will play the Cavern of Souls as well. That makes the Slivers of 1 mana uncounterable.
Muscle Sliver.
Muscle Sliver. It's a green sliver for a green and colorless. All Slivers get
+1/+1.
+1/+1. Yes.
So Timmy's already down to 17 because of the fetch and the attack, and he just put down the Dark Depths. At some points I will be asking very strange questions, just because I've been playing Legacy for a while now, but not as long as Glenn, so excuse me if I ask sometimes a very strange question. For example, the card that Timmy just played, it's one
the red one?
Yeah, the red one.
It's a Punishing Fire.
Punishing Fire.
It's
okay.
1 red and a colorless. It deals 2 damage to target creature or player.
Yeah.
And if an opponent gains life, you can pay 1 red and take it from your graveyard back to your hand.
Okay. I know the card, but I didn't recognize the art. So
it works together with Grove of the Burn Willows.
Yeah, I know. I played somebody else the other day, playing with elves myself, and it's not really an enjoyable experience playing that against that card. So Cavern of Souls is in.
Yep. So now
probably on Slivers.
No, Timmy Verdonck, that doesn't work. I have a Cavern of Souls.
You can try. All those slivers.
Yeah. I believe it's the white sliver. It says all your sliver gets +0/+1 or something.
It's a new sliver, I guess. If I'm not mistaken. Come see if I can find the slivers deck. And indeed, it is a sinew sliver, which gives all slivers +1/+1 as well. So it's exactly the same as muscle sliver, but only
the white variant.
Yeah.
So maybe if Timmy Verdonck can get his Punishing Fire online, it could be very tough for Robbert Valkeneers to win this match.
Yeah. How many damage did it do? Punishing Fire 2, yeah? Or 1?
2.
It gives 2 damage, yeah.
Yes.
As long as Robbert doesn't get a second pump sliver in, of course. Once they hit 3, it'll be difficult. What do we see? Baron Moore cycle. And pass turn.
So, and maybe I didn't tell you already, but next to me is sitting Seb Kermit van Doon. He is our sponsor of our events. He makes everything possible. He has his own store in Turnhout in Belgium it is. And it's called the Coloniste. If you're from the neighborhood, pass by and take a visit. He's a very friendly guy sometimes.
Don't do so today because I'm not open.
That's close today indeed.
Thanks for the kind words, Glenn. And to be honest, it's a pleasure to be your flagship store. To give it a name, and it's you guys help me out a lot as well. So it's as long as we can cooperate. Ooh. Okay, a scoop from Timmy. So we didn't find the answer. Yeah, probably the Gruff would have been a game changer, but all in all, it just comes too late. Cool. Both players looking for the sideboard answers to the other guy's deck. I think we didn't mention yet, we've got 66 players attending.
Yes,
today.
indeed.
So,
today we have 66, so we're playing 7 rounds of Swiss, followed by a top 8.
Top 8, yep.
And today we had 2,000 euros guaranteed in our prize pool. So we're paying everything out in a ticks system. So it was like 20,000 ticks for only the legacy, and we have a prize wall, so you can search the cards you want, you need.
No.
So
I saw some really cool cards over there actually. I believe there was a small movie yesterday as well, or a picture or something, with a lot of. I saw some duels, some interesting duels. I saw a lot of expeditions, inventions, invocations. And a lot of other cool stuff. I even saw 2 statues from Champions of Kamigawa or something.
Yeah, they're very nice.
I don't know who sponsored those, but perhaps some lucky guy will take him home with him.
Yes. So Robbert Valkeneers probably will pardon some graveyard hate against Timmy Verdonck. He really wants to get out of the taking out punishing fires out of the graveyard, maybe live from the Loam. So
taking out Force of Wills, or
actually I don't know the 5-color sliver decks. It's not the
me neither. It's
most common deck that we see.
No. To be honest, I've never played against it, so
yeah, me neither. I don't know what's happening with the camera, but
somebody's moving it.
Somebody is moving it indeed.
And either it's a very local earthquake, or because we can't feel anything, but
I believe someone is shaking his legs or something, and it's just hitting the camera on the table.
It's probably Timmy. He's usually quite stressed, and
Yeah.
especially if he's one down. One would think he's almost used to it, but okay. Whatever happened, it stopped.
So it's 1-0 for Robbert Valkeneers at this moment.
Both guys have made their sideboard choices, so shuffling. So let's see what game 2 brings. I have played against 5-color slivers or 4-color slivers, I guess, in modern a couple of times. As I'm a little bit more known with the modern format as opposed to the legacy format, and they all tend to be very, very fast and very aggressive decks. So
I believe every sliver says something like other slivers become bigger, and maybe some the wing sliver gives flying. You have some that gives
it's only a one drop. It's a 1 blue. It's a gale sliver, or gale force sliver or something. And it gives them flying. So it's which is still probably the best
Line of the Void.
That can be already game deciding, I guess.
Not good for Timmy Verdonck. Line of the Void.
And you
against
see,
4-color Loam.
Against 5-color slivers, and the sliver player has an ether vial in his hand, so this will be explosive, probably. Because you can see the Ghost Quarter, and I think the 5-color sliver deck does it play any base clans?
Robin draws another Line of the Void, I believe. Doesn't really matter at this moment.
No, doesn't matter at all, because even with the Ghost Quarter on the other side, with the Ether Vial now in play, you can just go bananas, I guess.
I'm pretty sure Robbert Valkeneers isn't playing any basics on his deck. He's playing 5-color. Why should he play any basics? He's only playing the 5-color lands.
He's probably he's playing the Cavern of Souls, of course, the Sliver Hive, which is the specific land for slivers, of course. You have the new card from Ixalan, the unclaimed territory, which also gives a tribal solution for color fixing.
Yes, indeed.
So
on the other side, on Timmy Verdonck's side, you can see the forest. It's not a forest.
It's a Dryad Arbor.
It's a Dryad Arbor. Yes.
I know that very well.
It's a very common mistake that a lot of people make, who believe it's a forest, but it actually is a 1/1 creature.
Sometimes you get judge calls over that card, because there's a forest. I believe it's from the Innistrad block. I don't know which set it exactly is from, but it resembles that card nearly perfectly. So there's sometimes a lot of confusion whether it's the forest or the Dryad Arbor. especially if they're pile up on that side of the table. And I've heard about some judge calls about that card, so I play that card myself in my elf deck, and I always have a backup plan if I get a judge call for that one. So the Mutavault got the Punishing Fire. Of course, having the Sylvan Library means that Timmy could get faster answers to the what he's playing against, but it'll cost him. And I don't know if he will be that keen on losing that much life against a deck like Slivers. So at the moment, Robbert didn't put down any Sliver with the Ether Vial, so do you think he doesn't have a 1-drop Sliver, or?
Yeah, no, he did in the beginning of his upkeep.
He put the counter on.
He put a counter on. He probably always wants to activate Ether Vial at the end of turn on Timmy's Verdonck turn. So and what about the Ghost Quarter and the Mutavault? Wouldn't it be the right play to Ghost Quarter the Mutavault at this moment, just to take out some speed of Robbert Valkeneers? If he draws another land, he can drop down a Sliver of 1, he can play another Sliver of 2 mana in his next turn. If he puts the Ether Vial on 2, an extra Sliver down.
Okay, so maybe it's no drop on the Ether Vial, so he really doesn't have a 1-drop Sliver.
A 1-drop Sliver.
I do think I saw a Sliver Hive in his hand as well. Yep, that's one. So he does have the extra. I don't know if that would have been a good play to Ghost Quarter the Mutavault, because of course he has the Punishing Fire, which he might be able to activate. So indeed. that can take out the Mutavault if it gets activated, and the Ghost Quarter can take out another land like Cavern of Souls or a Sliver Hive, another utility land that might be more useful and can be taken out by damage. Oh, Timmy is cycling the Baronmoor again. And he takes 3 new cards because he looked at the former 3 cards and afterwards he fetched a land, so probably he was not satisfied with what he got. That's Scrapland. He's putting back, and he's taking 4 damage on the Sylvan Library to take an extra card.
So he's at 15 at this moment. Robbert Valkeneers is at 19.
I don't know where did he take the damage?
From the Dryad Arbor.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Abrupt Decay on the Aether Vial.
That is going to be an activation with the Muscle Sliver coming on. So those are 2 powerhouse Slivers.
So is this then the right moment to Ghost Quarter? Oh, he's playing Dark Confident. Take out the multicolored lands, then Robbert Valkeneers is out of colored mana.
I would definitely take out the Unclaimed Territories now. Yeah, that would put him without mana, without colored mana.
Yeah, but he has chosen to play his Dark Confident. Of course, a Dark Confident in combination with the Sylvan Library is very good.
Yep.
You can see 3 cards in your draw step, but then you can arrange
them.
Yeah,
you can arrange them.
Next turn in your upkeep, you always draw a land or a Mogs or something.
But now we see an attack of 2 2/2 creatures and 1 4/4 Mutavault because it gets the pump from both the Predatory Sliver as well as the Muscle Sliver. So there goes the Dark Confident. And given the fact that Robbert now put down another Mutavault, I would definitely go for the Now it just became a bit difficult because the Ghost Quarter now takes out a 4/4.
So
probably a better choice to take out the Mutavault now.
Yeah, indeed. If Robbert finds another land, it could be all over for Timmy Verdonck. And he can attack with 2 4/4s and 2 creatures.
He would attack with 8. With 2 4/4s and 2 2/2. He can Ghost Quarter 1, so he would attack for 8.
Could attack for 8 indeed. But Timmy Verdonck really needs a very good out to solve this.
He's in a very bad spot.
Wasteland
is quite a good
but
draw.
He needs some removal for the 2 creatures.
Yeah.
Maybe this could give him some out. If he could waste the 2 lands, if he can bring down a creature that's big enough to block the other creatures.
And of course, don't forget he still has 1 blocker in the Dryad Arbor. So he still has 1. It is possible.
Yeah, maybe if he just can take.
It's not preferable.
If Robbert Valkeneer attacks with the 2/2 creatures, he can take out 1 and then block with the Dryad Arbor the other one. Then it's completely cleared on the other side. So he has a green Zenith in hand. So he can search for a big creature in his deck. What is he playing? Is he playing Goyf?
Goyf would be. Of course, Timmy's graveyard is completely out.
Yes, but Robbert Valkeneer's graveyard has some creatures, lands, has an artifact in it at this moment.
Creature, land, artifact, so it will be a 3/4. Yeah,
at least 3/4.
So Ziggurat, Sinew Sliver. So we now have 3/3/3 creatures. So that would be lethal. That will be lethal in the next turn for sure.
Is he taking the 6?
Yeah, he's chump blocking, so he just takes 3. Yeah.
Going to 6. I strongly believe Timmy Verdonck is in a very bad situation at this moment. 2 mana left.
Timmy put his life counter on 6, but I do think that he is on. Or is the Muscle Sliver?
I know it's a 4/4 indeed, because it gets 2 times.
It gets 3 times +1/+1. Yeah, of course. Yeah, they give it to themselves as well. Yeah, of course. So Timmy in a very tight spot, and he's fetching. So another life down.
I believe he's going to make his nickname worthy today.
Yeah,
the Red Lantern.
At least for the first game, he is. Yeah,
I believe Robbert Valkeneer is very
Toxic Deluge.
Oh, but it's not.
But no, it's not enough. It's not
enough because he has to pay 4 life.
He has to pay 4.
He has to pay 4 life. So, but Timmy Verdonck kept the honor to himself to destroy him, and not gotten beaten down by stupid Slivers on the other side.
To be honest, I really don't. I don't think that the ley line made any big difference in this case, did it?
In this case, maybe it didn't, but if he had the
punching fire from Loam, and
it's a logic choice to board in.
Absolutely. But just in this game, it really didn't make any difference.
So we're switching back to the booth at this moment. We saw Robbert Valkeneers against Timmy Verdonck. They're both local players. They're members of our Magic community here in Mol. So to inform you, we are playing the Master Series. We have a whole year of events. It's our 4 events. Today we have the main event. There's 4,000 euros guaranteed over the whole weekend. Today we're playing Legacy, and that's a 2K guaranteed event. We're paying in the tick system, so you can search something on the prize wall, a lot of cards.
And statues.
And statues.
I'm going to keep on saying that.
A Kiki Jiki statue. Why is in there? Nobody knows what the game. So we are live streaming at this moment. Our featured table is over. It was 2-0 for Robbert Valkeneers with 5 color slivers.
Over the 4 color Loam from Timmy Verdonck.
As I said before, I believe it's won a Star City Games or something last week, 2 weeks ago. Maybe we can search it up.
I looked it up just a minute ago. Let me just check. It definitely won a turn. Let me just have a quick check. Legacy. Looking for the slivers.
So, but now it's time to switch over to our backup matchup. Yes, let's see how far they are at this moment. We have no idea. We didn't see the beginning, so we're gonna switch over at this moment. On the right side, that is Christophe de Coq. On the left side, I don't know.
I don't know the players. I do see that he's playing Infect.
Yes, indeed. So the deck he's playing is.
And the card that we just saw now comes. Yeah, the card that we just saw comes up again. The Toxic Deluge. So, is it? It is Toxic Deluge, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
So we just see Spell Pierce.
So on the left side we see 2 Inkmoth Nexuses that are the 1/1 flying creatures with Infect. We see a Glistering Elf for 1 green mana, a 1/1 creature with Infect, and a Noble Hierarch that gives
a
creature that attacks alone exalted, so it gains +1/+1.
Yeah. And apart from that, it also gives, of course, white, blue, or green mana. Christophe on 2 Infect, on 2 Poison.
Oh yes, indeed, the poison counter is there.
Yeah.
We can add it as well.
Ooh, nice. I've never seen that feature before.
No, it's a new feature that we introduced on the top banner. You can see poison as well. It's taking 2 extra. So he's at 4 at this moment. So there is a small difference against with.
Put him on 16. Put him on 16 life.
Let's give him some life.
Otherwise, that 4 poison is not going to matter because he's lost
at 16.
Already.
16.
I see a lot
and 18. I believe it's correct.
I see a lot of Baleful Strixes.
Again, taking 2 Fatal Push. It's
fetching.
I believe he's going to give the creature the protection with the green card for the 1 green mana. Finds a Fastwood.
It's a finds a Fastwood. He could,
maybe
could do so.
If he does it with Kicker, it could be all over. On the other side, Christophe de Coq has a lot of counter spells in hand.
I see a Flusterstorm. Flusterstorm and 2.
Flusterstorm, Forceful, Lightning
Bolt.
Yeah. What is he playing? You see,
finds a Fastwood
with Kicker. You need to do something about it, Christophe, otherwise you will die. And he's going to Flusterstorm it.
Yep. So another Inkmoth down. So the player on the
1 poison going to 5.
The Infect player is getting low on creatures. And I think I saw a Lightning Bolt. Yep, I see a Lightning Bolt in Christophe's hand. So the other
and Snapcaster Mage. So he got Snapcaster Mage into again a Fatal Push.
Yep. Brainstorm.
Finding another Brainstorm. Second card is a Gitection Probe, I believe.
It's a Git Probe. Yeah. And the third card is hidden for us.
It's a Biting Needle. Could it be?
Didn't see.
But he's putting them back, so they're not good enough at this moment.
No.
So you can see Christophe de Coq is at 16 life, but that really doesn't matter in this matchup.
No.
Yes, in fact it's beating you down with Infect counters. You only need 10 of them and then you die in the matchup.
It's poison counters to be completely correct.
Yes,
so creatures with Infect, they do damage, but then the damage gets turned into poison counters if the damage is done on a player, and into -1/-1 counters if they are done on a creature. So I believe that's the correct thing.
Detection Probe in response Snapcaster Mage. It looks like Christophe de Coq is playing a really fancy deck. It looks like the Snapcaster Mage are foil, the Flusterstorms are foil, Fatal Pushes are foil. Of course it's hard to make some advertisement, but I believe it's normal he can play it because it's from Vleeswaren de Coq.
You really don't understand people who do full foil.
No. Playing them myself, but okay.
I think we are both a little bit guilty of that pleasure. Nah. So that's very nice of you to stack your library a little bit. Your graveyard, sorry. Your graveyard.
He's how do you call it? It's a needs player.
Yeah. So the Git action probe didn't resolve. Although it would have been very easy for him to pay the extra mana. What do you think? Okay, ponder.
No, Storm Current was 4 because he played Brainstorm, Kite Action Probe, Snapcaster Mage,
of course, and Flusterstorm. So he had to pay
Storm Count was 3 at the moment.
So
and he played
Flusterstorm.
And he needed to pay 4 extra mana. It was impossible to pay the extra mana.
That's what I was saying earlier on. That I sometimes ask idiot questions. But,
so now we see Christophe. Oh, he's putting it down straight away. Leovold. It's one of the most crazy cards that was printed in the last
definitely.
months. It's a 3/3 creature. Maybe we can pop it up on the screen.
But I know him by heart because I play him myself a lot of times. So it's a 3/3 creature for 3 colored mana. So it's a blue, green, black creature. And it says that opponents can't draw more than 1 card each turn, and whenever you, as a player or a permanent you control, gets targeted by a spell or an ability of an opponent, you draw a card yourself.
You draw an extra card. Yes.
So it's completely bananas. It's and there you see the lightning bolt on the Inknot Nexus, which will put the Infect player. My apologies for the person, because we don't know the name, so I'll just call him the Infect player. We see the Infect player without any creatures, which is a very bad position to be in. Especially if you've got a Snapcaster and a Leovold on the other side. That's a Viridian Corruptor, I think, which normally, when it enters the battlefield, destroys an enchantment or an artifact, and has Infect as well. But that gets blown away as well by an abrupt decay. So the field is completely open for Christophe to push in 5 damage with the Snapcaster and the Leovold. I think Christophe is really in a comfortable seat at the moment. Brainstorm for the Infect player. Christophe is debating whether or not to.
We just found other players' names.
Of course.
Keizer.
Christophe. I think Christophe was actually debating whether or not he was going to counter, and then all of a sudden he points. After a couple of seconds, he points to his Leovold, which says that the other player is not allowed to draw any cards apart from the one that he has to draw at the start of the turn. And we have a scoop on the. Side of the Infect player.
So we don't know really if it's now 2-1, 2-0, 1-1.
They are shuffling, so I would assume that it's probably
1-1 at this
1-all. Yeah.
1-1. Let's say it's 1-1 at this moment.
Yeah.
I believe so, because we saw during the sideboarding in the feature matchup that these 2 players are sideboarding as well. So when they're starting the 3rd game, it's probably 1-1 at this moment.
It's 1-all. Which means that Christophe was on the play, and now he will be on the draw. Playing on the draw against Infect is always a little bit, always a little bit more difficult because you've got the explosiveness of the Infect deck again.
Yeah, it does the 2nd turn kill.
Yep.
You can just drop an Arbor turn 1, and then the next turn, if you just...
Glistener Elf.
Yeah, the Glistener Elf, yeah, indeed. And then you just play Invigorate and Berserk, and it's all over.
And it's over. Yep.
Force of Will on hand, one extra blue card. Probably nothing to do for Christophe de Kock at that moment. Unless
he has 2 Force of Wills or a Daze or something that he can use, or another card that he has to have two answers.
So you can see the timer in the top right. It's 19 minutes and 36 seconds, but we can tell you it's not correct. I believe it's 5 minutes less or something, because we got in some minutes late.
It's probably indeed some 15 minutes
left in this round.
Yes. Yeah.
So
you got the name. Sorry, I didn't catch it.
Yeah, it's so Kevin.
Hello, Kevin. Both players taking the first.
What is Christophe de Kock playing at this moment? We saw some Leovold, so he's playing.
Is he playing
some book?
Is he playing 4-color Leovold, or? Because we saw
some check pile.
Yeah, we saw Lightning Bolt, which is red, and of course, and then the 3 colors of Leovold. So is it some kind of 4-color Leovold or something? Then we see quite a recent card in Kevin's hand. It's Nissa, Steward of Elements, which is a card that I really didn't expect in this deck. But why not? That's a really strange start for. That's a really strange start for an Infect deck.
What did he do?
Land drop of a fetch and pass turn.
Maybe he has the Blighting Agents on hand.
Yeah, he must.
Yes, but he has a crop rotation on hand. So maybe he wants to go and fetch, crop rotate for the Inkmoth Nexus. He has a second land drop, and then attack with the Inkmoth Nexus.
That might be possible. So we have Thoughtseize.
I believe for the 3 mana, the who says destroy an artifact, he has in hand as well. I believe.
Viridian Corruptor.
Yeah, the second card in hand, I believe.
Let's see what he does now. If he's going for the crop rotation, he will do so now in response to this Thoughtseize, and he is doing the fetch. Goes for a Tropical Island. He's shuffling his deck, so. If he was going to, okay, of course, yeah, he has. He's keeping in mind that he's got a firm controls player against him. Is bug control?
Yeah. It's bug control, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It's bug control. Yeah. It's 4-color Leovold.
How do you explain a blue, black, green control?
Yeah, maybe it's red. There's red
playing red.
Yeah, indeed. Not 100%.
But if you say that's bug control, it's okay for me. But it's.
No.
So indeed, he went. There was. I missed out on a little bit. There was a Daze on the one side, and now there's just a land drop of the Inkmoth Nexus. And on the other hand, Christophe.
Okay, I made a check pile.
Okay, yeah. We're friends again.
Yeah.
We had a little arm wrestling competition here, off camera. And,
no, because I would have won. So what do we see on Kevin's case? Did he
has
fetch and go to the...
No. He fetched for the Tropical, and he took back the Tropical to daze the Thoughtcast from Christophe.
No, not the Thoughtcast. Thoughtcast is a blue card with
Thoughtseize. Sorry. I play Elves in Legacy and Affinity in Modern, so... Let me just see Robert Valkeneers checking
Coming
into
in the booth.
checking into the booth. He's got a big smile on his face, probably because he just won against Timmy, which you saw on the first match that we streamed.
So Christophe the Cock is trying to lightning bolt the creature of Kevin's Kaiser,
Yep.
but he finds a daze.
Yep, the second daze, and he's got another daze on hand, Kevin. So he's not going to put down that much mana if he goes on playing like this. But of course, if he can find some invigorate and like you say a berserk, and Christophe doesn't have the answer to that, but he has a Flusterstorm already, so.
He has him to Turag in hand.
Yeah, he's got three open mana
And a Diabolic Edict, I believe.
Yeah,
The right card to see is a Diabolic Edict.
Yeah. Which definitely is a sideboard card.
It's very good against Infect because it doesn't target. If he only makes one creature, Vines of the Vastwood doesn't work anymore.
Nope. No, it's probably one of the best sideboard cards you can have against Infect. Yeah. No, I think Kevin doesn't realize yet, or perhaps he does, but he's in a very tight spot again. Of course, if he
finds a second Inkmoth Nexus, so
yeah, but then again, if you got a control player against you and you have to allow him to build up on his mana, I'm not going to say it's you have to scoop or something, but it's difficult.
So we were saying at this moment probably he should have taken a mulligan. With the hand he had, it's not quick enough against the control player.
Yeah, I think the hand that he had, as far as we can tell, was not fast enough.
Not fast enough.
No, I believe that was just not all he was looking for.
Number 2 goes.
Which is the Nissa.
Oh, it's the Nissa.
That's a hard one.
That's the Planeswalker, the blue-green.
Blue-green, that gives you gives you scry. It lets you take another. It lets you take the top card of your deck and cast that if the convert mana cost of the card is less than the amount of loyalty counters on the Nissa. Or it can make two of your lands. I believe they become 6/6 flying creatures. Which is quite killing if you put it on, if it's a 5/5 elemental creature with flying. But if I'm not mistaken, if you do that on 2 Inkmoth Nexuses, they still have Infect. They are still 5/5s with Infect, so that's an instant kill if you can't block them.
I can't confirm that, Seb. I believe if you were saying I'm trying to search it out. But
it's more or less the same situation that you have with the Install Artifact enchantment that came out in M15 that makes a 5/5 artifact creature out of anything. Out of an artifact, and for example, if you put that on an Ornithopter, it becomes a 5/5 flying. It still retains the original abilities. If you put it on a Darksteel Citadel, which is done quite often, it becomes a 5/5 indestructible creature, and you can have that on turn 2. Yeah. So, but back to the game. Because Kevin actually is building up on the mana, which he couldn't do earlier on because he was dazing all the time. And with 2 Inkmoth Nexuses, a Pendelhaven and a Tropical Island, he might be getting into his game. Of course, the loss of the Nissa was a quite big hit, especially if what we were just talking about is true, and I do believe this. You can make 2 5/5 creatures out of the Infect creatures out of the Inkmoths. Yeah. And he also lost the Noble Hierarch.
Yes.
Which is
with
Exalt, that's a big hit.
It ramps up the speeds twice actually. It's not the 1/1 creature; it's a 2/2 creature attacking.
Yeah. And in response, you can do is it possible? Yeah, you can make. You can first make
rotating in response.
Yeah, you can first make 2/3 creature out of your Inkmoth, and then give it Exalted. So indeed, Diabolic Edict. So Kevin now has to sacrifice a a creature, yeah. But he only has one, and
in response he played crop rotation.
Yeah.
On the land. Searching another one.
Yeah. Which is the better play, of course. He could have animated the other one as well and sacked that one, but that would have been this absolutely is very much better choice. Because now he still has the threat of the two Inkmots.
Christophe de Kock had the possibility to Flusterstorm the crop rotation.
Yeah, he could.
He didn't.
Yeah, but
he
didn't.
Yeah,
but
played now Brainstorm end of turn, finds another Diabolic Edict, finds a Deadrite Shaman
and a Ponder. I think it was Ponder.
But Deadrite Shaman ain't good enough against Infect.
No.
It doesn't do anything. Can't block the flying
Well, it doesn't do anything. The thing,
at this moment,
at this,
with the flying creatures.
Yeah. At this moment it doesn't. What it can do, of course, Inkmot also, Infect also plays a lot of instants and sorceries, of course, so you can eat out those and deal out damage, but for the odd Glistener Elf that comes in, but yeah.
But if it takes...
At this moment it's not really useful.
Yeah, he needs 10 turns to kill him that way. I believe for Kevin at this moment, if it still takes 10 turns to win, he is in a...
No, he's a
very big problem.
Yeah. So we see another Leovold on Christoph's hand, and another Diabolic Edict, which he's debating whether or not to cast, I guess. He's casting it. So no more crop rotations. Kevin does have the Vines of Fastwood, but of course that's not really any use because...
it isn't use. It is. It depends on what he's doing at this moment. But he can animate his other creatures if he wants. He can...
he's just going for the days.
Days.
Okay.
He could have swinged for 5, but he didn't.
Yeah,
if he just put the tropical back on hand for the days, taking out 1 green mana, then he could play Invigorate as well.
Vines,
indeed, yes.
Yeah, but unknown to Kevin, of course. Christophe still has the Flusterstorm on hand as well, so...
But Christophe was stepped out on that moment, so...
He was?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he had only 3 mana. He tapped 1 to play the Deadrite Shaman that's on the battlefield now.
And Diabolic Edict, of course.
For the 2, so...
Completely correct. Another fetch. What's the other card that he has on hand? Because you thought it was Viridian Corrupt, but I'm not really convinced it is. So players will be getting probably a call for the last turns in a couple of minutes because, as you said, we started out a little bit. Our timer started out a little bit late. So,
but I believe Kevin Kaysen has the kill on hand at this moment.
Yeah, I think as well.
He has the Vines. He can attack with 2 creatures.
Yeah. Pump out one with the Pendelhaven.
So he can go for 7.
So
of course, on the other side still.
A lot of
Flusterstorm on hand.
A lot of answers.
But
he's animating both, going for...
No, definitely is failing 1 mana, because the Vine says gives hexproof.
Yeah.
So you need the 2nd green to give him +4/+4 as well. And then he can't tap the Pendelhaven anymore to pump it up.
Oh, and there's a fatal push. Which you can only respond to by doing the Vines of Fastwood, of course. But it's the kicker version that gives the hexproof.
Yes.
Yeah. So he's not going to do anything about it, apart from, of course, pumping the other one.
So then it's 2.
So it's 2 infect.
Christophe the Kock is halfway down. He's on 5 infect at this moment.
Yeah. It's always I always think it's difficult with the infect. It can go so fast.
I believe they're calling timing around in the room at this moment. So actually we have timing around. You can see the dice in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, there are 5 turns left. Christophe the Kock takes the first round.
Yeah.
For Christophe, it's impossible to win the game.
In
3 turns, I believe it's very impossible to win the game at this moment. For Kevin Kaysen is everything possible.
He's going to look for some answers with the brainstorm. I think the biggest problem for Christophe is that I was saying that he was comfortably on 3 mana at one point.
No.
But that was a couple of turns ago, and he's still on that 3 mana. So
no.
That's
he needed a land drop or two in the last turns.
And a creature. He now found the Snapcaster, so he will be playing that one probably in Kevin's turn, of course. So yeah, he can. He's not able to flash. Yeah, he's able to flash back the Diabolic Edict, of course, because he can fetch for, and there will be a land in the graveyard, so he can activate the mana ability of the Deathrite Shaman. So he has enough mana to.
It always depends on the cards that Kevin Kaysen has in hand at this moment. Yeah. Is it enough to go through Christophe de Cock's control ability?
I'm putting my money on a draw this game. It's they're not going to, Kevin's not going to finish, and as we said, Christophe will be.
But you see, the Vines and then the other green card, we still really don't know what it is.
No. He now has a Glistener Elf as well in his hand.
That's gonna capture the Flusterstorm on the other side.
Yep. Okay, because he flashbacked the Fatal Push, of course. Yep. So Vines goes up. Small discussion.
Yeah, there are only 3 rounds left after this, so now everybody wants to win.
Yeah,
Can't make any play errors at this moment.
Yeah. And they can take their time because time around was called, so. So I think
looks like it's going to be a draw.
Yeah, but first we have Judge Call because there's a small unclarity about what just happened.
No, it's clear that Christophe.
Yeah, Christophe.
Oh, yeah, no.
What actually happened? What actually happened is that I think he played Vines. And in response, Christophe.
The target for Fatal Push.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But still, it's the same.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Then he can still Flusterstorm the Vines and Fatal Push.
Yeah, absolutely. But then again, if you get a Judge Call and you're out of your concentration, you might forget that you still got the mana left with the Deathrite Shaman. No. It's something I would forget.
He fetched and he has 1 blue mana floating at this moment, actually, Christophe de Cock.
Yes?
Yes, because he fetched to play the Flusterstorm, he tapped the mana, then Kevin Kaysen called for a Judge, so he has 1 blue mana floating.
Okay, yeah.
He paid 2 for Snapcaster Mage, 1 for,
1 for the Fatal
Push that he probably couldn't play at this moment because Kevin Kaysen is saying no. I played Vines of Fastfood in response.
No. He had one tapped land because he played the Brainstorm in the fourth turn.
End of turn.
During turn 1 he played the Brainstorm to look for an answer.
Okay.
Yeah. So he actually has no mana floating, but he still has 1 mana on the Deathrite Shaman.
Yeah.
So he can still play the Flusterstorm.
So now the discussion, what happened,
and in which time, especially in which timing did it happen? Because we don't have a rewind button, so we can't see.
But even
actually we can see, and Kevin did play the Vines before, and in response, Christophe made the.
And Christophe put it then the Vines of Fastfood on top of the Fatal Push.
So the Fatal Push.
Actually, he played the Vines before the Fatal Push.
Yeah. So the Fatal Push resolves. It will get priority on the Vines, and this will. The Judge Call should be that the Fatal Push resolves and the Inkmoth dies. Such a situation which you debate whether or not to go in and intervene.
This
But
is always
it's a
the
judge,
situation.
it's a judge call.
We're only in round one, okay? I know
yeah.
You don't want to draw at this moment, so you want to win, but is it correct now? Everybody knows how this should resolve at these moments, and I believe we have just a judge call to hope that the judge calls in your favor,
okay.
because it's for lethal. It could go for lethal now.
But it's like football. Nowadays we have the video referee in the football competition, and it's a better thing, but as long as it's not legal and it's not the way to go, the accepted way to go.
So we're still discussing what happened.
Yeah.
So, but as we can see it, he played the vines of fastwood.
Yeah.
In response.
What we saw is that the vines of fastwood, the physical card, hit the table before the fatal push hit the table.
Or did he? Because we can't see it. Did he say, I do this in response on the Snapcaster Mage? Of in response on the trigger. Then it's possible, but he still can just Flusterstorm the vines of fastwood.
Yeah.
Only if he plays then fatal push. That is probably the discussion at this moment. So then he says the trigger resolved. So then the vines of fastwood resolved as well, because otherwise the trigger couldn't resolve for fatal push.
Actually,
if Kevin Kaizen says I play vines of fastwood in response on the trigger of Snapcaster Mage. So he puts the vines on the battlefield, and Christophe de Kock, he tapped one black mana to play fatal push. Then actually the vines of fastwood, then Kevin de Kock is telling Kevin Kaizen it resolved because my trigger of my trigger of Snapcaster resolved as well.
When Snapcaster actually is on the table at that moment. So what you're telling is that Kevin actually played vines in response to Christophe playing Snapcaster. So if Snapcaster comes on...
To the trigger of Snapcaster.
To the trigger.
So it comes on, then it triggers, it says when comes into the battlefield, target card, then Christophe said target fatal push. In response, Kevin Kaizen played Vines of Fastwood with Kicker. So it's not targetable. And then Christophe de Kock tapped one mana
completely
and
correct.
played fatal push. Only now the discussion maybe is, did he say before or after
It's a very that's a very delicate situation. It's a very but as you just said, this is the game. This might be game.
But everybody knows Christophe de Kock had the intention to play it, and he has still a Flusterstorm on hand. So
you should be able to get out of this situation. And anyhow,
it's still actually it's a little bit like, is the fatal push now resolving? Yes or no? Because if he has the protection, if that's the hexproof at this moment, then he couldn't target it. Maybe he needs to find another target for it if he casts it. And destroy his own Snapcaster Mage. I don't know what the judge is going to say at this moment. Maybe he can pick it back on hand. In the graveyard then.
I think the correct ruling should be that he targets an illegal target and that he just needs to.
Or just fizzles.
It gets exiles. Especially, you see, this is a delicate situation in which you really don't want to have Christophe in this case being double punished. He will feel punished anyhow if the fatal push resolves. It wouldn't be a good call to double punish him by forcing him to target one of his own creatures. That would be not very
so
nice
I believe we just have to wait some minutes to see what the judge call is going to be.
The judge is still standing at the table, or we have two judges.
We have two judges, yes. So maybe the head judge was called at this moment.
I can imagine
maybe
that
they disagree with the judge call the head judge out. So while we're waiting, we have 66 players today. So we're playing our legacy main event with 2,000 euros guaranteed. We're the Master Series. They happen always in Belgium. For next year, we also have all dates.
Yep. We already have them set.
We have 4 events.
Yep.
Next year it's in March the 3rd and the 4th of March. Is in June the 2nd and the 3rd. In October the 6th and the 7th. And in December the 1st and the 2nd.
Yep. So always at the start of the month.
Yeah, the first weekend of the month. In the summer we don't do any events.
No, a lot of vacation
people,
and.
They have shaken some hands. I don't know what happened now, but.
They're putting in a draw, I think. Aren't they?
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a draw.
They filled in 1-1-1. So they're going to draw.
Okay.
So for Christophe de Kock, it was clear he couldn't win the match anymore.
No. Hopefully both.
Hopefully
both players
it
can agree.
It looks like he's not very happy with what happened. So maybe
he's still debating. But he puts down a signature, which means shaking his head. So he definitely is not satisfied with the situation. But let's just hope.
But as well, Christophe de Kock had still a faster start on hand. So actually.
So it probably wouldn't have made that big a difference, and it would have been a draw anyhow. Because we're now talking about the Master Series for next year. That we didn't see what happened, so perhaps actually he showed the Flusterstorm and just said, okay, I can just do a Flusterstorm, and you would have it would have been a draw anyhow. So
we're switching back to the boot at this moment. Yep. We saw 2 games already in round 1. The first game was 5-color Slivers that took it down in a 2-0 against 4-color Loam.
4-color Loam
and then we saw
in 20 minutes or something.
In 20 minutes,
so
it was very fast.
It was 2 times 10 minutes, so very, very fast indeed.
And then we switched over to the backup matchup. There we saw the Infect player playing against Czech Pile, and they ended up in a draw. We're going out for this moment. We will be back in just like 5 to 10 minutes, I believe.
It will be short because this round went into time, so I think we actually witnessed the very last seconds of this round. So we're just going out for a little bit, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Yep.